Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. So before I start this video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my brother Jordan. It is his birthday today. So happy birthday, Jordan. Pretty sure he's 22 today. I'm a terrible sister, but like I have like 100 brothers, so sometimes it's a little difficult to keep track of all of them, especially when their birthdays are like a week apart. Just also wanted to shout out his amazing skills. This is his TikTok account here. He's been posting recently. My brother Xavier and I, we convinced him to start a TikTok and I think he's really enjoying it, so if you want to check him out. And now let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm like a little bit nervous. I don't really know what's wrong with me. I feel like I feel like anxious and I kept kind of like putting it off. I feel like my emotions are all over the place. This video, I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I'm gonna like laugh. I don't know if I'm gonna cry. I'm just gonna go with it. For today's video, I am going to be looking at my 2020 dream board and kind of going through everything and just pointing out like what my intentions were behind some of these things, if any of these things like were accomplished or came true. Just talking about like I guess 2021 and things like that. So let's just go ahead and like get right into it. Also, comment down below, do you make a dream board or a vision board or anything like that? I remember thinking I was so freaking cute and funny for saying it's my like 2020 vision board. In hindsight, it's not as cute. But let me know, what were your like biggest disappointments from this year, but also what were your biggest like happy surprises? Were there things that happened this year that you didn't put on your vision board that like ended out for the better? I just want to know all about it. I want to talk. I don't know how I'm gonna fit this in the camera because it's kind of massive, but should I just like talk back here? Oh my god. Let's just excuse that the lights end. It's fine. Okay, so this is my 2020 vision board, dream board, whatever you want to call it. I made this like the very first week of January, I believe. There's a bunch of like magazine clippings. There are some like photos that I printed. This is a piece of like thick black like Birdsell board type thing, but like the thick like poster board, not just like that thin like paper. And then I like cut out the gold sparkly 2020 out of some like leftover scrapbook paper I had from making Christmas tags, like present tags. And I absolutely love my vision board. I think it is so beautiful and like so aesthetically pleasing. This is actually on the wall in direct eye line from where I sit on the couch. So I see this every single day. I see it when I'm working out, I see it when I'm watching TV, when I'm working. I look at it and I'm like re-inspired and motivated because I see all these things that January Abby wanted and I want to try to help her out. But I do have just like one of those Velcro command strips on the back. The other half is on the wall so that there's like no damage, and then I was able to just pop this off. So I will very likely be recycling this board and like reusing it. If anything, maybe I'll take off some of the things that maybe I accomplished and maybe add some new ones, change the 0 to a 1. Why would I waste it? We all know that this year was kind of a write-off, so it's very likely that half of this crap didn't get accomplished. So we'll just try again next year. I'm gonna start like pointing at stuff and talking about it and seeing like, did this happen? Did it not happen? So we're gonna start this side. The saddest part of this board is that Chris and I were supposed to be moving this November. So I've mentioned before, we are watching this apartment for a very close family friend, kind of like an aunt figure to us, while they are out of the country. And unfortunately, because of everything going on, date that they're coming back, it just keeps getting pushed and pushed. So we were supposed to move out in November and that is now being pushed to next year, and I will share more about that in the future. So a lot of this has to do with like things that we wanted for our new apartment, and it's kind of sad. But anyways, so here we've got Casper. Casper is one of those like bed in a box brands. They're apparently one of the best mattresses out there, so we really wanted to get one of these. And then this right here, this is a big camera, just kind of like representative of what I want to be doing with my life. YouTube. I was hoping that this year was going to be a big acting year for me. Like I said, I was in acting classes. I was really hoping that this was going to be the year that I was going to get out and start auditioning and putting myself out there, but it just didn't really work out that way, so probably keep this one on here. And then this right here is a Sorry, this is super awkward, you guys. I'll try to like zoom up on stuff. This is a Dyson vacuum. That one actually did come true. So we actually got the Dyson V10, I believe. We got this at the beginning of the pandemic. Our vacuum just like completely died and we decided to just go for it. We did get it on the shopping channel, so you are able to make like 12 monthly payments, and Chris and I split that payment, and honestly it was the best decision because I love it. There's a lot of like skincare products. I really wanted to up my skincare game this year. I really wanted to invest more in quality products. I also just wanted to try products out because I think that's super fun, and I was using the same stuff for like years and years and years. So I mean, I definitely did that. I definitely tried a bunch of different products. Nespresso, we actually did get a Nespresso. Chris got a work stipend where they kind of just gave them an amount of money because they were no longer working in the office, getting catered lunches and all that kind of stuff. So they gave them like a certain amount of money to use on whatever they wanted to make their work from home life a lot easier. Also, he works for literally the best company ever. I found out I'm allowed to share where he works, so if you're curious, he actually works for a company called Square. Their work culture is just incredible. Chris just absolutely loves who he works with, who he works for. It's honestly probably the coolest job I've ever heard of, and they've made it so easy. They've done everything possible to make everybody comfortable, and he's actually formed such great friendships with everybody, which is awesome. And congratulations to him because he just got a promotion, like his first real like big like adult job promotion, which I'm just like so happy for him. I think big things are coming for him and for us. There's a couple of like outfit inspirations that I wanted, like just some stuff that is kind of like out of my comfort zone that I would love to try someday, but I just didn't get around to it yet because, yeah, I feel like I don't need to constantly say that. If I say I didn't get around to it, it's probably because of the pandemic. There's also a lot of like green juice and vegetables, a lot of like putting your health first, eat healthy, self-care. This is like one of the prime times I was dealing with my autoimmune disease, and I was kind of struggling, to be honest, so I just needed to put those reminders in place that I need to put my health first. I need to take care of myself. Funny enough, there are actually cars on here. So this is a Tesla. Chris and I love Teslas. The G-Wagon. It's a beautiful car. Even like a Mercedes. My dream car is a Range Rover, like an original Range Rover. I didn't think that that was realistically gonna happen this year. I'm just trying to manifest the overall idea of like having a super nice car, and funny enough, I did not expect us to switch cars at all. We had a 2015 white Volkswagen Jetta. We called her Jetty White, and we had her for about 2 years or so, and we just started to kind of realize that we were growing out of it. Chris is very tall and just wasn't comfortable driving for him. And because of his new job and the way everything that was going, we realized that we would actually potentially be able to upgrade our car like at some point this year. And it was kind of crazy because within like a week of us saying that, we went out and we picked out a new car and got a car. So we've been test driving cars this weekend. I think we're sold, and now we're driving home in our new car. Look at that sunroof, look at all this space. We're so happy. Now we have a 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan, which is much bigger, much more comfortable for both of us. I feel like I manifested that. I wanted to go for like more massage treatments and like facials and things like that. That is something that I'm super passionate about and super excited about. And my dream is to go get all kinds of treatments and things like that and be able to share it on my channel and kind of show you what to expect. Obviously, money, designer bags. There's a lot of like exercise, so this is like boxing, which actually funny because Beachbody came out with a 10 rounds program, which I absolutely loved, and I have always wanted to do like a boxing class somewhere, and I definitely want to do that once everything is safe and like good to go again. Also, like somebody going on a hike, I would love to like go hiking in like the California mountains or something. That was another thing we were hoping to do this year. We were hoping to maybe get to go to California. Speaking of trips, I've got a nice little Eiffel Tower here and a nice picture of England, because we were supposed to be going to London and Paris in like the end of April, beginning of May this year, but that didn't happen, obviously. And then we moved it to September. That didn't happen. But then we moved it back to next April 2021. We're moving it to September 2021, and just like fingers crossed for the 4th time being the charm, but we'll see what happens. There's definitely some like apartment inspo of like what I wanted our apartment to look like. Obviously some of this stuff may seem like super far-fetched, but I feel like you can never dream too big. There's also a lot of pictures of like style. This is Doutzen. She is a model. I have like L'Oreal, Maybelline. These are brands that I would like dream of working with one day. I would love to like be a part of a campaign, model for one of them, have a brand deal with one of them here on YouTube, anything like that. They're just dream companies to work with. Fabletics is a big one for me. A lot of the YouTubers I watch are actually like Fabletics ambassadors, and it just seems like the coolest thing ever. I love the company and I have a couple of things from them, but I would definitely love to get some more, so that's a big dream for me. I feel like now we're kind of just gonna jump around like as I'm noticing things. So another big one, this camera here, this is the Canon G7X, and I figured that I would maybe get one this year. I was really hoping for it, but I thought maybe the very end of the year. So when I was surprised with it for my birthday this year by my whole family, it was just like a dream come true. And then obviously like lots of travel pictures, big houses, resorts that I would get to stay at, and then just a lot of messages like confidence, mindfulness, fearless, take chances, go beyond the ordinary, the best is yet to come, change your career. I had no idea how real that would be. Went from like serving to kind of like doing YouTube full time. I'm not getting paid for it, but I'm actually waking up happy and excited to do this work every single day. So I would say that that's good, but I'll still probably keep it on here. I legitimately think that I'm gonna like just take off this, make it a 1, and just like try again next year. Like for a second I could talk about what I feel like I accomplished this year that I didn't put on my dream board, that I didn't expect to happen. I guess the biggest thing is like this YouTube channel. I started it at the end of last year because I just love to talk. I don't know if you've been able to tell that yet. Does anybody else like sit in front of the mirror and they're doing their makeup and they're like, okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my makeup for you. I totally do that. You go through your life like really acting like the main character, and like people care about your life, and like I act like I'm getting interviewed on daytime television all the time and I practice my answers. And is that stupid? I don't know. So like I said, I started this channel because I just like to talk, I like to share, I want to try stuff and experiment, and I also really wanted to create a community, which I feel like I have. The amount of people that have reached out to me to talk to me about their MS or their autoimmune diseases, or about starting a YouTube channel, or just to like talk and like be friends and things like that is actually like quite a lot. I was very surprised. I wasn't expecting that. I thought people maybe talk in the comments or something, but I've actually had quite a lot of like Instagram DMs from people who want to talk and ask me questions and tell me about their stories, and it's actually really, really cool, and I feel so much less alone. Same thing with like my health journey. I'm trying to lose some of this like excess quarantine fat. I feel like a lot of people really related to me, which blows my mind because that video actually hit over 7.5k views today, when my other one is almost at 5.5k, which I did not expect that at all. That's like a pretty big deal for me. And to know that people have watched my videos for almost 1,200 hours. So that means people have watched me, sat down and watched me for 50 days. 50 days. That is probably like the coolest and most bizarre thing to me ever. Like I'm just here trying to have fun, trying to talk to people, talk to nobody, talk to anybody, I don't know. And people actually like sat around and watched me for 50 days. That like makes me feel really cool. I don't know. I also really did put my health first this year. I read a lot of books. I learned a lot. I let go of a lot as well. I let go of my need to binge eat. I let go of my need to restrict food. I let go of the pressure to lose weight very quickly. And I let go of beating myself up and hating myself and hating my body. I let go of hiding my body from the internet. Posting that Lily Sabri workout challenge that I posted in October was probably the strongest thing that I've ever done. I have not shown the world my body in like over 6 years. I've hidden it as best as possible. I wear cardigans all the time. To put myself out there in my most vulnerable state, where I think that I look like my absolute worst, was probably one of like the most challenging things that I've ever done. But honestly, the best thing that I could have done, because it has done wonders for my self-esteem. I'm still not totally there. Like, I don't absolutely love my body, love the way it looks. I don't love the way my clothes fit right now. But the fact that I was able to do that, and that I'm continuing to do that, I'm filming myself in different angles than I used to, because before I was scared of like how my hips might look, or the back of my legs, or my arms, or my like double chin, or things like that. And I've kind of like, I'm slowly like getting over that and not caring as much, which I think is going to make me a better like YouTuber and storyteller and things like that. So I mean, I feel like that in itself is like dream board who, like I was able to become very strong in myself and fight for what I want, and I was able to trust myself and trust the universe into what feels right. I haven't told anybody this before, and I really don't want to jinx it, and I also don't want anybody to think that this is advice or something that they should do. I spent the last year struggling a lot with my medication and struggling a lot with denial of my autoimmune disease, and I went for like second opinions and things like that, and they came back like, yeah, this looks like MS. But the thing for me is that my symptoms all came about at a time that I was under an immense amount of stress. I did not like my life, I didn't like myself, I did not like my job. I was never happy waking up in the morning knowing that I had to get up and go to work, and it was just like a horrible, horrible time for me. My relationship with my body wasn't great, my relationship with food wasn't great, and I think that was like the height of when my symptoms were the worst and like the scariest. And so I was on this medication and it was making me miserable, like absolutely miserable. I ended up getting my doctor to allow me to take some time off of it, maybe like go down to half a dose while we figure things out, and I could just stop being so miserable all day dealing with the symptoms and the side effects of the medication that I was dealing with. And I ended up actually staying off the medication. I got to go to the MS clinic in downtown Toronto, which is like a really big deal. Those are like the best doctors for MS here in Ontario, and I got to speak to someone, tell them everything. They saw all of my like labs and scans and all that kind of stuff, and I feel very lucky that they're allowing me to stay off my medication for the next 6 months, because I do have, like I said, like a much more mild case. They caught it very early, and I haven't had any symptoms since February like 14th, since that last like kind of episode, other than from my medication. I was just kind of like, I would really like to see what my body acts like not on medication. I feel like it was kind of a whirlwind for me. I got diagnosed and then I was put on medication, and I didn't really have time to absorb that. I didn't really like have anyone to talk to about that. I was just put on medication and it was like, okay, this is your life now. And I kind of just like have gone through this journey over this year where I want to get to know my body, and I want to feel how it feels so that I know for sure that that's what I need to do. I need the medication because, like I said, I was in denial. So far I'm okay. It is a risky thing to do because not being on the medication, the disease could progress quite rapidly and I could have another issue. But I've spoken with my doctors. I'm gonna try these 6 months out. If I notice any change within my body, I call them immediately. I get a scan and will put me on medication. Like, that's definitely the plan. But I kind of just wanted to see like what happens over these 6 months. And definitely, if that's a situation that you feel like you're going through, definitely do not make any decisions without talking to your doctors, laying out all the facts, but also like go with your gut. And I feel like this year I really learned how to self-advocate and go with my gut and do what I felt like was best for me. And so far so good. Like, so far I feel really, really good. After coming off the medication, I feel the best that I felt in like over a year and a half, which is saying a lot because we're in the middle of a pandemic, and also I gained 35 pounds, which is like super unprecedented. So like, I feel like that's saying a lot, and I don't know, just I feel in my gut that this was the right thing to do, and I feel in my gut that like it's gonna be okay. I don't know. That was kind of just like a random update I wasn't expecting necessarily to give, but might as well. It is the end of the year, and that was a very prominent end of the year situation for me this time last year, which influenced a lot of these decisions and a lot of these things that I added on my board today. That was a lot of talking, a lot of reflecting. I don't know if I'm gonna go like cry after this or if I'm just gonna laugh. Like, I just really have no idea how I feel right now. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. There's a lot of like, it feels silly because I know there are way worse things going on in the world, and I feel so privileged that I barely felt the effects of this pandemic like at all. I am a homebody, I am an introvert, I have an amazing boyfriend who has a very stable job. I never had to worry this entire year. But I also understand that everybody's feelings are valid, and a lot of this stuff was stuff that I was very excited about. Not that I'm like that upset about it, obviously, like there's always next year, the year after, like whatever. It is what it is. It just, I feel like I haven't really taken any time this year to kind of like mourn the plans that I had that didn't get to happen. So I feel like that's what's kind of happening here, and I feel bad that you have to see me like this. Yeah, I think I'm just like have a mix of emotions. A lot of me is just like, whatever, like I'll get there one day, and then other things are like, these are some big dreams that I had that I was really excited for happening this year, so that I could imagine new dreams and keep reaching for those. But it's okay, I know everybody's in the same boat, and I hope you know that too. Everybody's in the same boat this year, and we're all just doing like the best that we can with the year that we were given. So like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna change that last 0 to a 1. Try it again next year. I don't want to end this on a sad note. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I think I'm just feeling emotions that I haven't really felt this year because I haven't really thought about it too much. I don't know if I've allowed myself to think about it too much. So, but yeah, so like I said, please comment down below. Let me know if you created a vision board. How are you feeling this year? How's your health? But that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed reflecting on the year with me. I can't wait to do this again next year and just kind of like see where we're at. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you back here tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 21. Bye.